Thanks for joining us tonight at 10. I'm Matt Frieda. Well, it was certainly a different feeling here on day one of legislation as opposed to last year, as you noted, marred by controversy and really ended up being unproductive. But I did have a chance to catch up with Senator John Arch, who told me after the first meeting today that he's feeling a sense of optimism heading into this year's 60-day session. Tensions rise at the border with efforts to limit the number of people crossing. It sets up a showdown between state and federal authority over one obscure legal option lawmakers are looking to scale back. Senator Pete Ricketts sat down with NTV's Steve White to explain why he's pressing for the president to hit pause over parole. Well, the string of pro-Palestine protests across college campuses in the U.S. has made its way here to Lincoln, just outside the UNL Student Union building, where a group of about 100 people called Lincoln for Palestine made their voices and their demands known: disclose and divest. Amid negative temperatures, blankets of snow, and wind gusts upward of 30 miles per hour, this afternoon Governor Jim Pillen issued a state of emergency for Nebraska, urging residents to stay home for the next several days. In time for the 2024 presidential race, President Biden reaching out to voters who are slowly slipping from his grasp. And if he's not careful, he could lose them to his opponent. Here's Christine Frizzell with the latest on the presidential campaign.
So I make it as a bar.
We all need that little morning pick-me-up. Whether you like it hot or cold, a cup of coffee can turn strangers into friends and family. But this coffee shop isn't just making lattes. They're making a difference, one cup at a time. What's unique about Rose Cat Cafe, owner Brenda Cassidy has made it her mission to empower individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities, creating a community space where they not only belong, but where they shine.
Worked in the IDD classroom and fell in love with the kids, and kind of during that time I learned that there's really not a lot of options after they graduate. You know, I just had applicants fill out like a Google form, and they came in. I did 18 interviews, I think, in the first week, and they were all just a great fit and super excited. And
now Brenda's employees are making a splash of their own.
It's gonna make my confidence go way back up, and I already can tell it has, and it's made me smile, and I just feel really good about working here.
Just as coffee beans come in a variety of flavors and strengths, each individual brings their own unique qualities to the table at the Rose Cat Cafe.
Disabilities, it's a celebration. You can work, you can do anything about your life that you take your mind to. Don't let your disability stop you, and don't be shy, walking into a public place, because everybody's so nice, especially here.
So if you're looking for a hot cup and a warm smile, Rose Cat Cafe is ready to serve you. With NTV News, I'm Matt Frieda.
On Saturdays, Memorial Stadium becomes the third largest city in Nebraska. With a sellout streak dating back to the 1960s, fans fill the stands to the brim.
Game days drive the economy in downtown Lincoln. I mean, and in Lincoln in general, Husker football is really what downtown's about.
The only streak that rivals it is the one here at the Devaney Center, where just a few short hours after Husker football concludes on October 21st, fans will pack the Bob for Husker volleyball. After Husker football takes on Northwestern at 2:30, Husker volleyball and its perfect record will host number 1 Wisconsin in the most anticipated volleyball match of the year at 7.
In a couple years, I can't think of anything quite like this, where we got homecoming weekend, and then you got 1-2 volleyball happening that night. So it should be wild and crazy.
Wild and crazy indeed. But while businesses figure to thrive on such a jam-packed day, just how exactly is law enforcement preparing for the extra crowds in the capital city? According to the LPD Crime Analysis Unit, DUIs issued in Lincoln more than doubled on Husker game days as compared to non-game days in 2022.
Of course, downtown we have a lot of pedestrians that are crossing the street and things like that, added in with scooters. So we have a lot of things going on at one time. So it's a difficult situation to manage, but I'm very confident with the performance of the officers.
Additionally, in September, Husker volleyball member Lindsey Krause was the victim of a hit-and-run accident, that prompting a joint public service announcement from the LPD and UNL.
So I'm hoping our little thing we did with the police and the awareness with Lindsay's situation that maybe some people have slowed down. And but we got to continue to be safe and not distracted and all those things. We'll keep pumping those messages.
While Saturday will be full of fanfare, authorities give this advice to keep everyone safe.
Plan ahead, know where you're going, park, and then have that route on foot as a pedestrian that you're going to take to the stadium, and we'll be just fine.
Reporting for NTV News, I'm Matt Frieda.